And good morning from Scotty, Ray, and Candace. It is what day of the week?
It is Thursday.
October the 1st, so
It
brand new
is
month
first.
for us.
Yeah, it is.
Does this
And
mean
September just flew right on by, didn't it?
Ooh, it was
It's
gone.
like crazy.
Is your water bill or anything due today?
No,
I
not
don't want anything turned off on you. I'm just checking for
no.
you.
No.
You were telling me just a second ago, and I missed it all, but the governor come out and spoke yesterday.
Yes, he did, and I ended the mask mandate, and I think it's supposed to go through. I don't remember the specific date, but November.
Originally.
Yeah. This one that he just said, or
Okay.
that he said this will go through to November.
All right.
And I guess they'll reevaluate then how things are going. And he said it could change between now and then. If some counties, start ramping back up, they'll have to, put that back in place.
And according to that, with the mask mandate ending, it's forcing you to, when you're in public, to have to wear this, correct? Is that the way
What?
that works? If he's dropping the mandate.
I don't think you have to wear them in public. Is that right? What you're saying?
What I'm asking is, you're not forced to wear this anymore like
I
you
don't
were.
think so. Oh, yeah, I don't think so. But now we, as hairstylists and like barbershops, any close contact businesses, we still have to wear masks, and schools still have to wear masks.
All right, but if you own a business, you own the right to force people, I guess, to come in your business if you want to.
I guess.
Let's just go ahead and throw that big box store called Wallet World out there. They
Yeah.
can still force you to do that if you shop with them.
I'm not real sure.
I'm just
So,
asking.
Yeah, I'm not real sure how that works, but I know like out in public, you don't, which I don't know that it ever was a forced thing to wear outside in public, but
No,
I guess
it was, public gatherings, I think you had to.
Mm-hmm.
Anything public that you went to, you were asked to wear it. They couldn't force you.
yeah. I
But-
know on business doors, they all have a sign that says, due to the
Government.
governor's mandate of mask, wear a mask, you have to wear a mask. So maybe we don't have to in the stores now.
But, and again, I think it goes back to each store policy is
Yeah, it
probably
could.
how this is going to, because there's a few of them I'd like to talk to about this because
Yeah.
they just been kind of ugly to me.
Yeah.
And other people just overboard. But I'm just curious on that. So maybe all that's coming to an end. Finally, won't you be glad of that?
I'll be so glad when we at work can get out of them.
I'm ready for
'Cause-
America to get back on its feet, be normal once again.
Hey, I am too. I'm all for that. So whatever takes us there.
Half the people you don't recognize anymore because you don't know them in a mask.
I know yesterday I was at a dermatology appointment too, and with my son, and we were sitting there, and I was waiting, in the waiting area, and this lady acted like she knew who I was or knew who my child was, or I didn't have any idea who she was, and it's embarrassing. I
Yeah, it
guess
is.
I don't want to be rude and go, I'm not
Who
sure.
is you?
Yeah, but I did. I said, now what's your name? I said, I'm sorry, these masks, I
What
can't
was
tell
the
everybody.
old Lone Ranger? Who was that masked man?
I know.
That's everywhere
Well,
now.
of course, that was like right here.
Yeah.
I think I could tell who you were if your eyes were covered.
So
But
you're
anyway.
trying to tell me you know who Zorro was.
Probably so. If I lived in the town, I think I would.
But that was,
know.
if you go back and watch those movies that had a little black mask on, and
Oh, I
they'd be
know.
Zorro, and he'd come back in the room, and they'd have no idea who he was.
Yeah.
It's the same voice. It's just,
I know.
Come
I know,
on, folks.
It's crazy.
Anyway, coming up, we'll take a close look at your weather forecast to find out just how cool it's going to be this weekend. Plus, we'll give you some headline stories and all in local events. Coming up with Scotty, Ray, and Candace. The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is there to save you a lot of money each week. And this week on sale, you can get the Gala apples for $1.89 a pound. Also, the russet potatoes, that 8-pound bag is going for a mere $3.99. You can take advantage of the ripe tomatoes this week, $1.49 a pound. Also, those fresh green onions, 2 for $1 for those bundles. You can take advantage of the Bush's pinto beans or the chili beans. You can get that for $1.29 for a 16-ounce can. Also, the cream of mushroom, you can get those, or the cream of chicken for 89 cents for that 10.5-ounce can. Also, the tomato ketchup, the Piggly Wiggly brand, $2.49. You can get Hamburger Helper. Well, that's a great way to make a quick meal there. 4 for $5 there, the Hamburger Helper, along with top sirloin steaks. If you're going to be doing any grilling this weekend, the certified Angus beef, the family pack, $4.99 a pound. Also, the Top Chick breaded chicken tenders, $6.99 for that 2-pound pack. A lot of folks love those. And along with brine hickory smoked bacon, you can get that for the 12-ounce package for $3.29. Also, water. You can't have enough of that laying around, can you? 3 for $9. The Piggly Wiggly purified water the 24-pack. You can get all of this and so much more. Part of the community, that's what they are at the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville. Drop in and see Joe, my friend, today, and he'll certainly help you in any way that he can. Well, as the morning sun is breaking out, it's still cool outside. 53 as you're getting up right now. We'll hit a high a little bit later on today in the upper 70s. Somewhere 79, 80 is what we're calling for today. As we look at what the National Weather Service tells us for today, it's putting that 79, 80 degree mark here on the Meridian area. Philadelphia will get 78. The Delta will get around 78. And south of us, a little bit warmer, down around Laurel, 84. As we look to what's brewing in the oceans this morning, there are two disturbances that are nowhere near developed, but possible one sitting here at a 30% over the next 2 days, and then the next one is at 0%. Something to watch, but they're nothing at this point. Maybe midweek of next week, it'll be a different story, but we'll watch that closely. As we move through, still a nice cool trend there for us here in the Deep South. Now, the Texas area is starting to warm back up, and we could see that come on towards us. We'll watch that also. Storms today look like extreme southern Florida and a little bit up here around Detroit and Michigan, and these areas today could have a little bit of wet weather. So nothing in our area. As we turn this morning and go over the radar to take a look at Mississippi, Alabama, our closest areas here, absolutely no rain whatsoever. And across the entire Deep South, that looks great, doesn't it? Again, you have to get down here to Florida, these areas, to see any rain, and go back up here around Detroit and these areas around Chicago that should get rain later today. So we are looking absolutely good as you look at the states. No problems today. As we look at our forecast, what's it going to call for today? As we said, sunshine today. This is one of the simplest forecasts I've given in quite some time. 80 today for a high. Down tonight now, 50 degrees. As we turn to tomorrow, sunshine and 71 to end the week. So it's going to be cool over the weekend. Tomorrow night, the coldest that we've had so far this latter part of the fall. 46 for a low. That's nippy. 73 on Saturday, and then we'll dip back down to 50 on Sunday night. So we've got some really, really great weather in front of us as it cools down, and you just really could not ask for anything better right now because it is perfect fall weather. If you hadn't had a chance to take advantage of it, it's what we call chili cooking weather, isn't it? It certainly is, and that's where as we turn, deer season always comes with these terms, and well, the Lauderdale County Farm Supply has what you're looking for there. As we mentioned a couple of times, there are a few of these left there on the Drake apparel there, 25% off, vests, jackets while those supplies last. You can move in and buy T-shirts. They got a lot of these to choose from there at the co-op, including bib overalls. As we get into the co-ops, they've got it, and that's what we've got here at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply, including those iron skillets if you're looking for that, along with, now this is, anybody that hunts with me, and especially since I had my surgery last year, I'm a cold-natured person now. And my little buddy walks with me every step of the way. I'm telling you, if it drops below 55, I've got it with me. I'm going to be warm. But you may not be as cold-natured as I am, and maybe you are. They are perfect. Warm up a shoot house in a split second. You can even take it to ball games. If you're going to a football game or something outdoors, these are perfect. You can run probably 3 to 6 hours there on a bottle of butane. Also, got all your pet value there. The pet pack that's got the protein there, 20% fat. The value pack. Drop by in and get yourself a sample there for the farm supply. Also, tons of boots to choose from, ladies and men. As this weather gets colder and wetter, you can get plenty of the feeders. They've got them to choose from. This is the newer one, the built-in electric guard for Moultrie. See that? They got them on display there for you, along with the different attractants for deer, the sugar beet crush there from Wild Game and Power Station. Cameras. If you need a camera, of course, they can send it to your phone. They can show you how that works. One of the neatest inventions that has ever happened, where you don't have to go back, waste all your time at night after work trying to get SD cards out. And as we still have a lot of people still planting the fall seed mixes out, make sure to get yours from Buckbuster, or maybe you need some from Southern Buck. That's what they've got. It's got all mixed together there. And you can also mix your own, whether you want wheat, ryegrass. Yeah, they've got it for you. Taking care of your horses and cattle, all your feed there, to guns and scopes and ammunition. Where do you find it? The Lauderdale County Farm Supply, exit 151, right off the interstate. Drop in and see them today. You'll be glad you did. You'll save some money and, well, most likely bump into a friend.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our communities efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
And welcome back with Scotty, Ray, and Candace as we move through this Thursday, October the 1st. I'm all on my dates now. I got it together. Of course, the big topic still to this moment around the nation is the debate that happened the other night. Good, bad, or ugly in your opinion?
It was ugly, for sure. It was ugly and chaotic.
So do you
I had
feel
to take
like
a break to get up and just breathe for a minute halfway through it?
do you feel like either one of them won?
I think Trump did a good job about defending himself. You know? I just think it was a lot of bashing back and forth.
It was
a
at
lot
that.
of name calling back and forth.
See, I've never called you a clown.
I know, and I've never called you
Stupid?
other stuff.
Didn't he call him stupid one time?
Who?
Didn't Biden
Oh,
call?
I thought you said, "Did you call me stupid one
No.
time?" I was like, "No," but yeah, he called him a clown.
Liar.
Yeah, liar.
Come
he said he
on,
was called a
man.
racist. I didn't hear him.
Yeah, I heard that.
He did say that.
Yeah.
But he denied.
And
I
Trump
think,
just called him stupid.
Yeah.
You're just stupid, Joe.
I mean, Trump. He can make a point, and then you think, "Oh, that was good," and then he just keeps going and keeps going.
Goes
and
too
keeps
far.
Going, and you're like, Kurt said, why can't he just say it and hush? Just
There's two ways to look at this.
But-
A lot of people say, well, he didn't win. It went to Joe. And I have to give this to credit on Joe. He did make it through it. I did not
did.
think. So that's thumbs up for him. I give him credit where credit's due. There was nothing majorly bad with what he done. Of course, we know how he thinks. But at the end of the day, and I brought this up the other day, I don't think this is an election to where people pretty much know who they're going to vote for. I don't think it's like last time to where we got a lot of undecideds at the last moment. They're going to change this race. So if you back that out and you go, okay, these are the facts. Trump really done well because he played to his base. And it is probably going to be whose base is bigger will win this.
Yeah.
Tell me if I'm wrong.
No, I think you're right. But I do think last night was, I think that the moderator was obviously
He lost control.
one-sided, okay? And then he would ask Biden a question, and Biden would dance around and never answer the question, or either just come out and say, "No, I'm not going to answer that."
Yeah.
And then Trump would get asked a question, and they would drill him to answer it. They were like both drilling him at one time.
Yeah,
It was
they
like
did.
on the $750 tax thing or something.
I
But,
paid millions.
Yeah, there was just it wasn't a fair thing. I didn't think.
So how do you feel about them changing the rules to where Joe might not get his feelings hurt last time, and he gets to speak more?
I don't know, but I did hear that possibly they're reevaluating how
they're
they're
gonna
going to do the
try.
next one, and that possibly they could have them in separate rooms, which that's not even a debate.
Well, see, the next one is
Yeah.
going to be different because I think it's the town hall meeting type to where they have members of the audience step up to a microphone and go, "Hey, Joe," or "Hey, Trump," these questions. So I think it will be different, but,
No, the two vice presidents are supposed to debate
Wednesday.
the next time. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting.
I don't think as many people will watch it.
I don't know. I hope. Pence is so calm,
Oh, he
and
is.
she's so
Radical?
yeah.
Is that the word?
Yeah. So I'm not real sure. He does a good job though about standing his conservative roots.
Yeah, he does.
and standing on what he believes. So
Do you remember back in the earlier part of the summer where they said he was going to replace Pence and it'd be a different person in the vice presidential? Remember all of that? No, that didn't pan out.
yeah, I
So-
think Pence is a upstanding guy.
I do think, and I'll say this to anybody that asks, I don't think he could ever run on his own and be elected. He's a nice
Pence.
guy, but he doesn't have what the American voter would put in as president. I don't think he could win on his own.
Yeah, I did hear somebody talking about yesterday about Republicans a lot of times will get. I don't know if you stereotype them as being quiet and kind of
Let people run over 'em.
Yeah, and letting people run over them.
Yeah.
And you can't do that.
Not
in
anymore.
something like this, you can't, especially with the bashing going on.
And see,
stuff.
that's where Trump has really come to the rescue in a party that had let people run over him. He goes, whoa, whoa.
Oh, yeah.
And he jumps back. And that's what fired the base up about the debate. Some say it was awful, whatever. He did stand his ground. And if you look deep into that, it was leadership because he commanded it.
Yeah.
Wallace didn't do it. And also Biden didn't. He commanded the argument. I'll say that.
Yeah, and there was several things that Joe Biden claimed was not true that were fact checked and are true. Like the Green New Deal, he is for that.
Yeah, he is.
And like his son and all the money and the stuff that
You know, they
millions of
tried to-
dollars he was paid. There's like, I don't know, money trails, I think, that
Oh,
lead
yeah, it's
back.
records.
It's fact checked. It is true.
But if you'll remember, at the tail end of that, he tried to switch sons and say, you're talking about my other
Yeah.
son. And he never brought up that son
Yeah.
that passed away. You remember a couple years
Yes,
ago?
he was in the military. Well, both were in the military, I guess.
One
but
got kicked out.
the other one, didn't he have cancer? I think he
Something
had
to
cancer.
that. And it was bad. It was right around the last election that he passed. And condolences on that. I
Yeah.
mean, that's got to be tough.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't ever want to lose a child for any reason, but
So the question is, what do y'all think of the election, of the debate? Good, bad, ugly? Do you think they need to really add some restraints to it or let it go the way it is?
I mean, I think they need to be able to debate and not put them in a separate room. And if you don't, I mean, if you got to be able to take getting
Yeah.
trampled on. I mean, you got to.
Because other countries aren't going to go to a corner
Right.
and go, "Oh, I'm sorry, let me." It doesn't
Yeah.
happen that way. In reality, it's
Yeah, you have to be tough. I just think it's crazy to blame somebody for stuff like the virus happening. I think he's done a great job with containing things the way he did, closing up the borders and stuff, and not letting people come in or go out. I mean, what else could you do?
that'd be an awful situation to be in.
And to close the economy.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, that was a hard thing to do, but to close it again would be even
Oh,
worse.
you can just
and
forget-
Biden says he's going to
You know,
if he's told to.
I've been all around town, and there's still things you cannot buy, you cannot get because people hadn't gone back to work. It's rough.
It is.
But that's our take on what went on, and if you've got an opinion about it, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
As we look at other things, now this is making some headlines because this kind of deals back with the COVID thing. You remember this lady here, and you should because it's your line of work.
Yeah.
The Texas salon owner,
Yes.
Shelly Luther is her name. She took it on up and has run for a Texas Senate, and she's in the runoff now.
I hope she gets it.
Somebody there had it was not going to rerun. She's up against an established person running, and she's tied them. And so the third person's out now, and it'll be a runoff. They hadn't set the date yet, but she has a big chance of winning this thing.
I hope she does because, I mean, that was wrong for them to put her in jail.
Yeah,
for
and
just
you remember
trying to keep her
Ted
business
Cruz
open.
flew in,
Yeah.
got his hair cut, and the governor paid her bail. Pretty big deal. She stood her ground.
Good. And
So,
I hope she gets it, and I hope she does a great job. I think she probably will.
Yeah. And next, who doesn't know, oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble.
Yeah.
I mean, that has been laughed about and sang at every party since the mid-'70s. Mac Davis has passed away. He was 78 years old. He had heart surgery and died from complications on that. You remember Baby, Baby, Don't Get Hooked on Me? That, of course, was his biggest hit that he recorded. Texas in my rearview mirror, do you remember that?
No, I don't think I remember that, but I do remember the one, Memories.
And then, of course, as you mentioned there, the songs he wrote for Elvis in the ghetto. And, you know, I listened not long ago to an interview about that, and he wrote that about a friend that he met that lived in the ghetto. Their dads worked together, and the guy was a black guy that lived in the ghetto, and he wrote the song about that guy's life, and he named his name. I can't remember what it was, but it's a touching story, and Elvis nailed it, didn't he?
Yeah, I know. And it's sad to me watching all the country music stars or, you know, people who wrote and like sang
we grew up
songs
with.
that we grew up with. Because, I mean, that's just you know, it's just sad seeing
Yeah.
them pass away like that. You know?
Don Williams recently passed away. Kenny Rogers, and the list just goes on and on of famous folks. And we just had Charlie Daniels. How could I leave that name out?
I know. And I still love the old classic country.
I do
You know,
too.
I'd rather listen to that any day than some of this new stuff.
It's got meat, is
know. Right.
is the way we like to say that. Here's a ray of sunshine. They have finally caught this guy. the two cops that were ambushed in California. And
Yes.
now, of course, that's really blurry because that's that footage from the surveillance of where Deonte, do you say that? Denote? How do you say that? Deonte Lee Murray. He's 36 years old. They have arrested him. And if he did this, and I guess they got some type of proof, he needs to pay for this. This is a
that was
horrible crime.
That was horrible, and I'm sure he meant to kill him. I mean, obviously, he probably didn't expect him to make it through it. But that was awful, and I'm glad that those officers were able to get out.
Yeah, and
that lady.
Yeah, she's been such a trooper. Helped somebody else.
Yeah, she drug him to safety. Her partner.
She did. In other news, and this is, and I brought this story up today because just to show you how long the justice wheels take. This was back in, I think, December of last year when this happened. You remember the gunman walked into the church. He walked in with I want to say an AR, and he was going to shoot a bunch of people. And the security guard here, he was just a guy in the church that sits in the back, and he took him out with one bullet. Did you ever watch that video?
Yeah, I watched it several times. The gunman's up there in the corner. Yeah.
But it's taken this long for it to come before a grand jury, and they have acquitted him. They're not going to do anything to him because he did protect a lot of people. But that's nearly a year.
It doesn't seem like it's been a year, does it?
No, it doesn't, but it's right at it.
Yeah. That's just, I mean, that should have, well, that was an insight as to how things were going to go, I guess.
Yeah.
That was just kind of a start of craziness,
And it's been crazy ever since.
It has.
But, thank God for folks like that or that silent person that sits in the church. And if your church doesn't have that, you better get a plan together.
Can you imagine how much worse that would have been?
Oh, my gosh. He had enough to take out probably everybody there. And, of course, he did kill one. There was a gentleman, if you remember, he was sitting on this back row here. He fired and shot him, and that's when he got up and shot him. But they did lose one life in the church. But it would have been so much worse.
Yes. Thank goodness for him.
But I am glad he is acquitted of that. But I did bring that up. In other sad news, and I'd forgotten about this even happened. Lake Tahoe. Have you ever been to Lake Tahoe?
No, it's a beautiful place.
I hear it is something. It's something about
the pictures. I'm sure don't do it justice.
No, you go ski there too, don't you? Isn't that a big thing there?
I think so. Yes.
But here's a picture of the water there at Lake Tahoe. It was a man that was on a boat who jumped off his boat, I guess for a swim, and he left his boat in gear, and his boat got away from him, and he couldn't swim fast enough to catch back up to his boat, and he drowned. And I think this is the deepest they've ever recovered a body before, 1,565 feet deep, and they tracked him back to his cell phone where it all happened.
I wonder if his family, if he had a lot of family that were
there with him,
wondering, like looking for him or whatever. But
that's just it's a sad story.
That's awful.
So, speaking of Tahoe, have you ever been skiing before?
No, snow skiing I have not. No, I've never snow skied. And if it's any kind of take on like how I would do
roller skating, did you do
no,
that?
I can roller skate like it ain't nobody's business.
Backwards
now.
and the whole thing?
Yeah, I can do all that. But water skiing, I cannot water ski. They would drag me under the water because I was bad about not letting go of the rope.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I just couldn't do it.
Well, I've never tried because I have that little thing of I can't swim. So
yeah, well, I don't like not knowing what's lurking underneath me in the water.
It's something like that Loch Ness monster thing.
Oh, alligators! If you're at the reservoir, there's alligators in there, and no, I will not be taking a trip on skis in the reservoir. No.
And of course, every scary movie you've ever watched is you see the feet dangling in the water, and here they come up.
Yeah, that'd be me.
So
yeah, I've never snow skied, but I'd love to go though. That would be neat.
I've seen pictures, is all I'll say.
As long as make sure no trees are in my way.
Yeah, I mean, you think back, we joke about that, but that's a serious. You remember Sonny and Cher?
Yeah,
he died.
Yeah, he did. Sonny Bono.
Wow.
Hit a tree. That was awful.
You never really put those two together. Speaking of,
I know.
He was little, she was huge.
I know, but I watched that show, Sonny and Cher.
He was
grew up watching that.
He was smarter than you think. He was a business guy, and then he went on to be a senator, if you remember.
Yeah.
So did Cooter from the Dukes of Hazzard. Just throwing that out there.
that I would have never pictured that.
Nope.
Anyway.
That's our small thoughts today. I hope you enjoyed part of it. Still to come, we'll recap the weather for you. And as always, if you've got a topic, we'd love to hear from you. Just send it to us by email, ScottyRate1969OL, or you can just put it in the comments, and we'll get to that, right?
That's right.
All right.
We'll wait to hear from y'all.
All right,
Hope
we
you
got
have a good day.
more coming up.
Well, I had a few minutes yesterday afternoon to head out to Freeman Tractor, and there's lots going on. Why? Well, a shipment has come, believe it or not. Lawnmowers in. If you're looking for a great lawnmower, go by and see that complete line of Skags. They got in several yesterday. You can choose, see what you want to. Also, the big blues arrived. Yeah, tractors. They're back. More LS tractors have arrived, and if you've been looking for a tractor or waiting on one, they just got in one with cabin air. Boy, that is some kind of nice. Bucket, four-wheel drive. Come see that. That's a LS there. And many others to choose from that they've gotten in fresh off the truck. That's a good thing. Things are hard right now to get. I don't know if you've tried to buy like a freezer around town somewhere or something like that, a refrigerator. Yeah, all this COVID has slowed things down. Well, they've got some in now and taking care of you. All the implements that you're looking for, from bush hogs to bat wings. Look at the selection we've got here that you can choose from. If you're needing a disc, yours has just had a lot better day. They got plenty of those to choose from. Also, if you're looking for a blade to do your driveway, smooth out a piece of your land, they've got those. And of course, forks. Those are handy to have. You can pick up just about anything that you can imagine. You can find that and a whole lot more there. And of course, the complete line of benchies, the Warrior here that we've talked about, 0% for 60 months. You can get this with cab, air conditioning, heat. Yeah, that's going to come in handy during the winter months with the electric dump bed, winches, and many other styles. Maybe you don't need one that big. You need a smaller one. They've got plenty of these to choose from in different colors and styles. One of the T-bosses that just arrived there in the dark green there on the right. And also you've got the racing bikes. Any of these that you might want, white, tan, you pick it. It's the Benchy, 0% for 60 months. You can find that and so much more at Freeman Tractor.
During these challenging times,
the new supply of tractors. So drop in and see them today. They'll help you out there at Freeman Tractor. Highway 494 Meridian is where they are, and they will certainly take care of any of your needs that you might need when it comes to a tractor. That's good news. As we turn back to your weather forecast brought to you by EMEPA to find out exactly what's going to be going on over the next few days, we turn here and we zoom in on the state of Mississippi. Look at that, no rain. And it's not in the forecast anytime soon. Marion, Mississippi there. We drag down to Meridian to go for our extended forecast. And again today, this is calling for 78. The National Weather Service is calling for 80 today. So it's 78 to 79 degrees. 51 tonight, 46 to 45 tonight. I'm getting a couple of different readings on that on Friday night. So it's going to be a very chilly Friday night. If you hadn't broke out a blanket, might want to do that. As we head in over the weekend, Saturday's high, 71. Tomorrow's high, look at that, 69. We hadn't seen that in forever. And then the outlook for next week, about 78 is the highest we'll go. Nighttime lows are going to average there in the 50s. So we can't beat that whatsoever. If you've been waiting for this fall weather, it's perfect. So again, tomorrow probably going to be one of the nicest days that we're going to have in quite some time. So keep your fingers crossed that our weather continues like this. It really and truly finally feels like a fall has arrived and makes you look forward to Thanksgiving and things of that nature. Does to me anyway. So that's where we are on the weather. Nice day ahead of us. Sunshine today, 78, 79. If you're keeping track of all of that and wanting to know what to plan and how to do your day. Coming up, we've got so much more. As always, I'll break in. And there will be a day, again, that it's not all nice and cool and perfect weather. It'll be some bad weather, and we'll be here to walk you through it street by street. That's what we do here at Scotty Ray's Weather. More coming up as we travel along on this Thursday morning.
during these challenging times, there are some things that you can count on every day. One of them is that Rick Justice Automotive will work hard to help you find just the right vehicle. Rick Justice has late model, low mileage vehicles and 72-month, 72,000-mile warranties available on all vehicles. Come see us today, and we'll show you how we've been helping your friends and relatives find the car, truck, or SUV that was right for them. We will earn your business.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by